Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 157 here on season 1. And today we are getting into, should I get Robinhood Gold? If you hear a little bit of noise right now, it's the mining rig shutting off. Windows had to update, and there it goes. Now it's off. I try to get it off before that, but you know, Windows updates can take like an hour, 2 hours sometimes. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. This question comes from Foreseen Productions. And he asks or says, hey Keith, do you recommend getting Robinhood Gold? If so, explain. If not, why not? So let me just give you guys a real quick rundown on Robinhood Gold. Robinhood Gold is basically the paying version of Robinhood, because Robinhood in and of itself is free and they don't have any trading fees. Robinhood Gold is the paying version where you pay a certain amount of money, you get some extra benefits along with that. So a typical Robinhood Gold account will cost anywhere from $6 to $10 a month. They have three different options. One is $6 a month, $9, and then $10. And with that amount, gives you leverage on the account, gives you after hours and pre-market trading. And then right now they also have a special, I guess, where they give you 1 month free for a trial or something like that. So anyways, the leverage on the account would be ranging from $1,000 up to $2,000. So it would be $1,000 for $6 a month, $1,500 for $9 a month, and $10 for $2,000. You get extended hours trading, so that means 30 minutes before the market opens, you can trade, buy stocks, and all that kind of stuff. And then 2 hours after the market closes, you can buy and trade stocks and all that kind of stuff too. You also get instant deposits, which means that when you deposit from your bank into your Robinhood account, you don't have to wait for 3 days for it to show up in the actual account. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, so my thoughts on the actual, sorry, it was like I totally skipped like one note. So anyways, $10 a month, honestly, that's what most people like. If you make 1 to 2 trades on it, like a Fidelity account or TD Ameritrade or whatever it is, you're probably going to be breaking $10 a month. I know on Fidelity I was paying like $7.95 per trade. So 2 trades right there, and I've already basically been able to pay for Robinhood Gold itself. So according to like that, I could definitely justify signing up for Robinhood Gold. However, there's a few things that I'm kind of on edge about, and that I'm kind of skeptical. And this is because my Robinhood account over the last like 2 years has definitely been through some growing pains. I've had some really good highs, some really good lows. Not really good lows, bad lows, I guess is what you call them. Some learning experiences, I guess is what they're actually called. All through that, I basically use my Robinhood account to try out new investing strategies that I read in books and that kind of thing. And then also, I try to generate money off of it as well. But sometimes trying out a new strategy, like I've got it pretty much concreted right now on what I like, and so I'll probably continue doing that with adding a few little tips and tricks here and there. And I started to get consistent returns where like for a long time, like for like 6 months or something like that, I was on a deep downtrend and I was like, this is not good. But once I like cemented some rules and started practicing that, my account has flipped the other way. The leverage thing is probably the thing I'm fearful about the most. The only way that I could see myself using leverage is to invest into like a bond, that a high interest bond, or like a strong stock that pays dividends or whatever it may be, so that way I make more money than I pay per month. So if it was like an Apple stock, just saying, I don't know what their dividend is, or even if they pay dividend, but say they paid like a 5% dividend a month and I invested $1,000 in there, well, I'm going to make $50 back from that a month. So that I couldn't really justify, because 12 months times 10 is $120. But for instance, if there was one that I could get like a 10% interest rate on or something like that, maybe I could justify doing that kind of thing. But yeah, that's pretty much my thought as far as leverage. And also I view leverage as like, it's like going to the bank and being like, hey, you know what, you loan me $2,000 and I'm going to take it up to the casino and come back with 4. They'd be like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's never going to happen. You're going to walk away and lose money. So that's the other issue I have. And once you lose that money, you have to pay it back before you can close that account. So say you use your leverage of $1,000 and it dropped down to $500. Worst case scenario, it drops even lower. You have to pay that $500 back before you can close your Robinhood Gold account. So that also means that $10 a month that you're paying on Robinhood Gold, you continue to have to pay until you bring that leverage from $500 back up to $1,000, and then you can close your Robinhood Gold account. So that's a scary thought. of using leverage on an account. And then if the leverage is gone, you don't have any more money. I don't honestly, and the pre-market and aftermarket hours, I don't think I would use a whole lot. I actually kind of enjoy the short trading window of when the market's open, and I don't want like extended, because after that I'm like, I got other things that I need to go do. I'm busy, so it's like boom, boom, like stock market's open, get all my orders in, whatever, kind of let it run throughout the day, and then I'm like busy, and I don't want to worry about aftermarket and pre-market. The only reason I would use that is during financial like statement season, or when all the companies are coming out with their financials. Then I could see using that, because you might get into a swing trade where a company publishes their financials and it is lower than expected, and so you're like, oh, I need to get out of this right now, and so you could sell aftermarket. So on the open tomorrow, you're not losing a whole bunch. It doesn't open up lower than what you could have sold at after hours. And then lastly, instant access to your funds. Me personally, I don't know, I think because I have Robinhood Instant or something like that, my funds, once I transfer them over, they're instantly there. I mean, they take like 3 to 5 days for me to actually get notified that my funds transferred into the account, but they give me like $13 to play with anyway, so it's like you transfer the money in, $13 instantly is in your account, and then 3 days later that $13 actually comes over from your bank. So I don't really see the difference in having instant deposit versus having an instant deposit, which I already have. So in my opinion, I wouldn't recommend using Robinhood Gold unless your account was a lot bigger and you needed that after hours and pre-market trading. I mean, the leverage on a large account wouldn't really be much of a help. Or if you found a strong bond or stock that you could throw that leverage into, because you're not paying interest on it. So if you could throw it in there, you're paying $6 a month, but if you could, or well, $6 to $10. So if you could throw that into and generate a higher return than you would be paying per month on Robinhood Gold, then I could see that happening also. Just you're gonna have a little, you got to be careful to make sure that you set your stop losses correctly and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, that's my thoughts. So yeah, in my opinion, I would not recommend getting Robinhood Gold, at least not yet. Let's go ahead and get into the question of the day, and that is, who inspired the Constitution? And I think that the Constitution is like a addendum to the Articles of Confederation, and then I believe that they were inspired by the founding fathers, with George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, all those guys, James Monroe, all those people. So John Hancock might have been in there. I know that he signed the Constitution pretty big, but I think that those guys were the ones who inspired it. And also they did a lot of research on like Rome and Greece, the other like older democratic empires that were around before the United States, and they did a lot of research on how to create a society that was for the people, by the people, and that's what I believe that they tried to do. So anyways, if you guys have any questions regarding Stash, Acorns, or Robinhood, by the way, that was a really good question. Thank you. Or business, Etsy, or screwed myself up. Business, Etsy, or coaching, feel free to post those questions down below, and I will try to get them on the next episode. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe up here in this corner and check out, I don't know, I have just this Robinhood video, and then check out this other video right here. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.